Welcome, ladies and gents, to episode 65 of Crypto Waffle. Topics today. Topic one: extreme fear dominates. Is the bottom in, or is more pain ahead? Institutions buy while retail panic. And finally, how to position in a so-called bear market. So, obviously, on the top of everybody's mind is probably this horrific dump that we've had since last week. Like, just for price context, when we filmed Waffle last week on the Monday, we were sitting at, give or take, 77k. Since then, we've had a pretty horrific drop of approximately 22% to the very low, to 60k, on some charts even 59. So yeah, not nice. Obviously some alts got slaughtered, but there was one or two that didn't budge. So what are your thoughts behind this drop? What caused it? Where do we go next?
I think the bottom's in.
Really?
I think the bottom's in.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the sun.
Tweet you put in the is that because of one of the tweets you put into the Waffle Light channel?
What tweet did I put in? I love to post a little bit of bull porn. I do like a little.
You posted something about Bitcoin price analysis from CoinDesk.
Oh, there was one.
Bitcoin is the third most oversold.
Yes, that it's ever been. Yeah, that it's ever been.
Yeah.
And the last two times were massive bottom indicators in 2018 and 2021. And we haven't been as oversold as we are now. Yeah, that might be because we've got ETFs dumping, which they're dumping with some real oomph. But
I mean, we've also got the Fear and Greed Index went to a low of 9.
Yeah.
So that would, I reckon, add to your case.
My thesis. Yeah, I think we've got at the most a month or two left of this nonsense, and then the bottom will be in. I was reading a thought piece today, which was saying that this is the weakest bear market we've ever had.
The weakest bear market?
The weakest bear market, or possibly the strongest, however you want to phrase it. But basically what they're saying is, unlike other bear markets, this time around, there is no contagion. There is no hidden leverage. There is no massive unwindings. There is no projects going broke that were too big to fail, apart from maybe strategy.
But could you say that maybe some of the DATs have replaced that?
No, because they haven't been that big.
Is there an argument?
Yeah, but they've not been so big. None of the ones that have failed have been that big.
But yeah, they haven't been as big as past.
None have been as big as FTX or Mt. Gox or Crypto or any of those ones. Yeah, so the general outlook, we know that everyone's printing money. We know that we're heading into that sort of window where everyone's printing money. We've got a pro-US government still, pro-crypto government in the US still.
Well, I'm not sure how popular he is with the crypto crowd at the moment.
No, he's not. But that's the way of the world, isn't it? Like, you vote in a leader, and then 2 years later you hate them, and then you vote in someone else. Yada yada yada. And that means if the Americans are allowing it, that means everybody else in the rest of the world can allow it. So we've got ETFs working, people picking up crypto, got nation states buying crypto. We don't really have anything apart from the cycle to be a reason to be pitching downwards. And sooner or later, people are going to be like, oh, well, so what if it's 4 years later?
So a thing for me at the minute is, before we look for a bottom, I'm looking for a potential pullback of 5 to 10% in the S&P before we get it.
Yeah.
So before we see the bottom, because I think if we were to see some sort of pullback in the S&P, there's an argument to say that Bitcoin has front run that and has already done its move. But I do think if the S&P or NASDAQ, for whatever reason, had some sort of a drop, Bitcoin would be affected again.
Yeah. And that's it. and that's it. After that,
what I think would be the bottom.
Yeah, I agree. And chances are that happens in the next few months. Chances are that happens before summer.
I think
given
if it's going to happen, going back to like a previous discussion, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but we talked about Trump having to buy votes for the midterms.
Yeah.
Now, some podcasts I watch have already discussed just saying, look, it's out the window now. They've completely lost it. But then the other party, the Republican, is it Democrats or Republicans, whoever it is, have completely. They're in just as bad a shape. So no one's looking good at the minute. But then again, I think Trump has to do his best to try and buy votes, and to do that, you're going to need to have some sort of drop within equities to help the middleman.
I've got a question. For you. Who is the leader of the opposition in America?
I have no idea.
Me neither. Chances of them winning, even if they carry on hiding, I think they're quite slim. I think that if Trump doesn't win, well, Trump will win this one, but I don't think he's allowed to run again, is he?
No.
He might have to change the rules to run
Although
again.
his pollings, I'm pretty sure, favourite pollings are but near enough all-time lows.
Yeah, but remember his polling was giving it 50-50 until that French guy decided to do his own polls and then put 30 million on Trump winning and then crashed the world because Trump ran away with the victory. So I guess that goes to show the polls ain't really worth a toss. I would say that he's, despite being unpopular, I don't think there's anybody more popular. And I think we keep, so the reason why I say it, not to get bogged down too much with American politics, but the reason why I say it is because I don't see a anti-crypto regime coming in anytime soon in the Americas. I think even if the other side do come in, I think at this point they're going to have to make some concessions. BlackRock are now making money off of crypto. All of those guys are making money off of crypto. They saw what Trump.
They're hiring for senior crypto MDs with salaries between 250 to 350k.
And where would you have to be located?
Well, I assume it'd be US if it's BlackRock.
Damn it! I guess I guess I won't be applying then. But if they want to hire anybody that's in West Africa, I will gladly put my hand forward.
Be their representative.
I will be their representative in West Africa, yes, and I'll collect that nice juicy check and spend most of it on meme coins. But it's good to see that they are hiring like this. I don't know if they'll hire a name brand. They'll probably take somebody from like a Polygon or Base or somewhere like that, won't they?
Yeah, or other TradFi names.
Maybe.
That have made their names in the crypto space, potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, we also saw some big buys come in. We've seen Michael Saylor posted more buys.
I saw that today.
We've also seen Binance's SAFU fund basically have tweeted out or mentioned that they're going to swap up to $1 billion worth into Bitcoin over the next 30 days. I believe that was from around early Feb.
Apparently, they've become going through the pantomime villains of the crypto space recently for all the selling that's been happening on Binance.
Yeah, they have been the leading sellers, to put it one way. Not to say that it is them; it could be their clients. But it has been happening on Binance, and obviously that's the name that gets affected with regards to selling.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I think we're looking for villains. We're looking for people to blame, and that's generally what happens at this point of the cycle. Everybody looks for somebody to blame. Oh, it's your fault. Oh, it's his fault. Oh, it's her fault. Oh, it's so and so's fault. It's just market movements. I don't think Binance are particularly more guilty than any other exchange for selling, or any ETFs for that matter. So we are looking for a pantomime villain. I think CZ does now fit the bill, I suppose, as he's had to capitulate to the Americans somewhat, which is understandable. So I think he does. I think the next one to become the pantomime villain will be the Coinbase guy.
Brian Armstrong.
Yeah, I think he'll be the next one to get the blame. after we finished with CZ. Although
I don't think he's big enough to be blamed. If anyone, I think you could argue Michael Saylor.
Oh, yeah.
But then again,
yeah,
I think if anyone's got more weight than or near as much weight as CZ, I'd have to say from the US, Michael Saylor. But I don't know what angle that would look like.
I think as far as popularity is concerned and maybe visibility, yes. But as far as raw power is concerned, no. I don't think anybody tops Armstrong at the minute because he's the one that does all the lobbying,
Really?
isn't
I
he?
would have said CZ's a lot bigger than Brian Armstrong with
No,
regards to the
no.
crypto space.
Yeah, no. Because the Coinbase guys, they're the ones that pay for the lobbying in America. They're the ones that have pushed through this, the Clarity Act. And when the Clarity Act got changed, they were the ones that said, okay, we're not signing it. So therefore it's not going through. So I think Coinbase have probably got the most power out of the exchanges at the moment, I would say, probably. Because they're doing the most lobbying. They're paying the most bribes. It was FTX and now it's these guys. So and I do think that eventually that does cause people to start to blame Baldy, I think.
Do you think, just out of curiosity, so last week we were discussing potential local tops in gold and silver. Do you think that volatility has spread over to Bitcoin? Because we're only 1 week apart and we've seen another asset class have a sell-off. Could that mean that maybe there's something going on under the hood that we can't see, and there's maybe another week we then see something else, or a couple of weeks?
I think it's something that we've been talking about for years, really, that we're expecting things to become bumpy. We're expecting things to become unstable. We're expecting things to become a little bit wild, and things are becoming a little bit wild. It's always strange when the things that you say are going to happen. Like we act like we're surprised, but we have been saying for a while that we expect some liquidity events.
High volatility regime. I think that's what we've been saying for and
it's
the last couple of years.
It's coming to pass. Yep, and it's finally coming to pass. So yeah, and the thing is, nobody thinks that the top is in for gold. Nobody thinks the top is in for silver. Even after these wild pullbacks, nobody thinks, okay, well, that's metals done for 30 years. Let's pack our bags and go home. Everybody's kind of like, if you've got any nalgas, you would buy now and keep buying as they try to suppress the price.
Yeah, agreed. So for the short term then, I mean, I'll quite openly say that I was not expecting this sort of volatility or pullback within crypto as early as this. I thought we were likely going to see higher prices before we saw lower, but hey ho, I was wrong, and it happens. But also, we're not short-term investors or traders, so for us, if anything, this is a given opportunity rather than a mistake. And I'm pretty sure we've said multiple times, many episodes back, that we would actually prefer lower prices before it went higher. So it gives us another adding opportunity.
You've said that. I hate it. I hate low prices. I love you. I want things to just go up in a straight line. Yeah.
So now then, given the current market conditions, how would you be looking to position yourself for the next couple of weeks, months? So first of all, let's have a couple of weeks time frame. What would you do if you were looking at the next couple of weeks? A month to 3 months, and then 3 months and beyond into the future, what would you do? Short term first. Let's do the couple of weeks.
Month to 3 months. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Yeah.
I know I jokingly said bottoms in, but in reality, there's a good chance it's not.
Yeah.
So we could see another horrible move down like we saw last week. We go down to 60, 50, 40s even. But we all have been here before so many times, and we know it's not the end, especially not this type of world that we're living in now. So at that point, I would be doing everything I can to get my hands on as much money as I can to buy. And I don't think I'm the only one. But something that has
if
been
you were
happening,
buying, what would you be looking to buy asset
I
wise?
don't,
Give us
I don't
3.
know. I think I start with Bitcoin, because I do think we've had a complete cycle, even though part of the argument is we didn't have alts. The other argument is that we did have alts, but we just had alts early. So our alt
Specific
season was
sectors.
end of 2024. We had our past previous all-time highs before the halving, first time ever. Then we had an alt season at the end of that year, and then the next year alts capitulated and they never came back. But that was almost 18 months ago now. So maybe the alt bear market is finished or finishes in the next 6 months. Any excuse to be a bull, I know. But if that is the case, start to pick up some Bitcoin now, and next 3 to 4 months, start to look at alts. I do go back to memes, and I do go back to L2s. I think in the absence of another narrative, they will gather the most traction. If there is another narrative, obviously we go there. The next narrative could be AI, it could be RWAs, it could be any number of things. Whatever that narrative is, I go there. But I do think that Bitcoin first, recovery in Bitcoin, and then a rotation into alts. And I do think that everything seems to be happening quicker than we expect it to happen. I think our moves down are quicker, more vicious.
Yeah.
And our moves up were also quicker and more vicious in the last cycle. So I think the same thing happens again.
What about
I think the move.
into the... Sorry, go on.
No, yeah, go on.
I was going to say, what about the longer term? So if you were investing for 3 months, 5 years, are you
Buy
plain
and
like
hold.
you mentioned, you look to stack
Yeah,
dollars, buy assets,
buy and hold.
do nothing?
Yeah, buy and hold Bitcoin. Wait to see what comes through from the next generation. I've lost love for Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Cosmos, Polkadot. I've lost love for all of those things now. I think that we are due a new technology. I don't know if the new technology is an old technology that starts to work, the likes of Arweave, or Filecoin, things like that, that were hyped up in one cycle but never really became usable. Arweave still barely usable. So maybe we have a cycle where 1 or 2 of those things become actually usable. We might get tokens out of things like Hyperliquid. I think will do very well, very, very well. And we might get tokens from things like Polymarket. So I think it will be I think it will be new technology. Yeah, new technology, new narratives. What do you reckon? What's in your shopping
I
list?
think current narratives, I still think are DeFi or institutional DeFi, as long with DEXs, and the biggest DEX and the strongest one over this whole period of downwards action. So over that whole 20% move, Hyperliquid moved maybe $1 or $2. Like, I think that is a big tell with regards to strength in a market that seems to be very fragile. So I'd definitely be looking for that. I openly will stick it out there that I have a large or decent size orders in the 25 in the 20 to $26 area. So as soon if we get back into that range, I am buying the hell out of it with the stables I have. I managed to pick up some cheap aero again, following that DeFi base narrative. I still think, or if you look on a lot of the data analytics stuff, base is still doing insane volume with regards to users and other metrics. So again, I'm playing that via buying aero. And as I've said many times before, I've locked up 80% of my aero and I'm claiming kickbacks in aero and wrap teeth. So still looking to do that. Managed to pick some around that 30 cents area, and I had some other buys go through at around 32 cents. So nailed that bottom within a couple of cents. Other one I still haven't taken my off is Syrup, which is another DeFi institutional lenders token. Again, with regards to data and stuff, it's still doing some insane numbers. To see that, all you have to do is type in the dollar sign and then the ticker Syrup into X, and you will be slapped in the face with just mad metrics on what it's been doing, even during market shithousery, to be honest. And then also the last one, I think, like you say, meme coins aren't done. I think you'd be looking at something like Doge. Still hold my Doge bags, haven't done anything with it. And I think what's quite interesting is the Doge BTC chart is yet to really break down from where we've kind of been since, give or take, June 25. We've kind of been in quite a tight range. The other thing I also think is quite interesting is the Bitcoin ETH chart. So although we may feel like we've been in a bear market, ETH has actually held up decently well against Bitcoin in these current market conditions. Because if we went back to, well, March 25, ETH was still bleeding to Bitcoin before we actually found a local bottom around April. And since then, we are up approximately 65% ETH to Bitcoin terms since. So I think we are, and we say about cycles, I think this is a broader pullback within a much bigger cycle. So whatever you want to put your timeline on it, whether you want to call this a bear market or a pullback, personally, you name it what you want, but all of these pullbacks we've had, including what you label as a 22 bear market, are all opportunities in my eyes, regardless of your age, how old you are, where you are in your life, because, and as that kind of as that link you shared in the Telegram with everybody shows, that this is one of the most oversold times in its history, and whenever you've bought them down the line, it has historically been a great opportunity to buy, and I wouldn't be fading that.
Well, historically, if you bought at these levels of oversold, you would have benefited pretty quickly. They were the bottoms. Is it going to be the same now? Probably not. But I do think, yeah, longer term, it's always the same. Narrative's the same. Just buy and hold on.
Yeah.
As long as you got Bitcoin, you should be all right. Major alts will be all right. It's just a waiting game, unless you, of course, you want to be cute and sell, buy back lower.
Yeah. But again, it's always that risk you don't catch the move.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I was looking to buy some Bitcoin for a client of mine on the pullback, but I was away, didn't have access to anything at the time, and missed the opportunities of getting in the low 60s. But then again, I'm not going to rush into it. I think we potentially trade back down towards 60s, mid 60s and whatnot. So I'm more than happy to buy there when we get there.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying we end this cycle around 30. We could go as low as 30.
What, this year?
Yeah, as low as 30.
Okay. I mean, I've also seen total opposite end of the scale, as people calling for like 150, 160 by September.
Yeah.
So
I think we could see both.
Yeah, there's a very broad spectrum on the timeline,
and everybody's got an idea backed up by a different thesis, and then because a million people have spoken, eventually about 100,000 of them are going to be correct, and those ones will hear a lot.
I think as long as you've got a long enough time horizon, you're correcting kind of any point, any view.
Yeah.
Because if you get a pullback, you're going, happy days, I can buy more. If you don't get a pullback, okay, I got in at 70k, that was the 60k, it was the bottom, fabulous. If it dips to 40k, or I mean, what's another 20% drop in the grand scheme of things? It's not much. I think we likely are closer to the end than we are, or the low than we are the high. So I think most of the scary move is likely over. Should we get some other sort of shock, it's definitely a buy signal for me. 100%.
What could the shock be? The stock market tumbling?
Stock markets, you've got dollar potentially breaking out. I think if the dollar breaks out, or maybe built bond yields, so if the 10-year maybe starts picking up, that would scare investors. Credit spreads, they're still pretty tight, but if they were to break again. Also, you've got the stuff in Iran. I mean, there's a guy on X, I don't know if you've seen this fella. Let me share my screen.
What does Iran do to us? Just creates higher oil prices?
Don't really know, to be honest. I can't really comment.
Just sometimes it just becomes another narrative, right?
Yeah. There's this guy called No Limit. Now, for a quick reference, like this guy's supposedly been spot on with regards to some of his calls, I think within the last couple of years, or since 2020, give or take. Also called the COVID crash, whatever you want to call it. And he's been posting some stuff. I think there was a tweet the other day. I think it was this one here, which again kind of resonates for me, but regardless of what actually happens, doesn't matter. But it's saying you can't afford to miss this. The next 6 to 12 months are the most important of your life. Why? Because the market is set up for the greatest wealth transfer in history. Basically saying everything's going to tank. And he mentions here that stocks are still the most overvalued in history and the stress is intensifying. Bitcoin has not officially bottomed yet. We are likely staring down one final brutal flush. If you are dollar cost averaging here, that's not a mistake. Bitcoin is currently one of the most undervalued assets in the world. Accumulating slowly is a smart play to hedge your risk. If Bitcoin drops below 60 and stays there for a while, I'm buying every day. But do not fire all your bullets yet. You need to keep the heavy artillery ready because the final crash, it will be a generational buying opportunity. And he goes on, basically saying the same sort of stuff, and actually posts some quite decent content with regards to macro and stuff, which I quite like and like to read. And obviously I cross-check that against other people that I watch, and some of the stuff lines up with some people. But then again, it comes down to that age-old question of what is your timeline?
Yeah.
Because if you're investing for next week, it's very wishy-washy at the moment. But if you're investing for next year, it's, well, this dip's a give and buy an opportunity, so make the most of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's a funny one.
Yeah. It's a difficult market that we're trying to make our way through at the minute. And the worst part about it, I think, I was watching a guy today. The worst part about it, the last cycle, was that nothing new was built. There was no. Well, I guess we got
poly market.
Yeah, I guess we got prediction markets. Hype
and the DEX, a proper DEX.
No, because we had Uniswap before, didn't we? And we've always had.
Can you class that? I mean, I don't think Uniswap, or even if you put Uniswap and others together, they're still no way near as successful as Hype has been.
In terms of volume, no, but in terms of impact, I don't think Hype has had much of an impact. Like, Hype has not allowed us to do anything that we couldn't do before.
I think it's made easier things we couldn't do before for your average person within crypto.
We're just doing it in a decentralized way, but we could have like, as long as there's been crypto, there's been perps. Like, I think, well, not as long as then. I guess the first perps was what's the guy's name? Not Isaac Hayes, whatever his name is. I forget his name now.
Arthur Hayes.
Isaac.
Was it BitMEX?
BitMEX, yeah. I think they were the first ones to start doing perps. That was a long time ago. Now we've got decentralized perps, but, still perps. So I think poly market's probably the thing, and we have used it and things have happened with it. I would say, do you know what, to be fair, I would say Hype as well, because we have seen some real whales doing stuff on there. So those are the only two things, but I don't think they have been as nearly as impactful as the things we saw in the last cycles. Like, the first cycle was Bitcoin itself and privacy coins and the likes of Monero and things that you couldn't trace. Then we had the L1s, which was a lot. And then the cycle after, maybe we had DeFi summer, and all of the L1s started to to chuck out real smart contract things, Cosmos and all of those things. And then this cycle, I feel like we've got nothing, to be honest. I feel like we got nothing. I feel like,
AIXBT is still quite cool.
yeah, we got AI slop. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
AI slop. We did get AI slop. Yeah, we got AI slop. It's all just been a bit of a disappointment, a bit of a damp squib.
I
This
think that's
last,
what's kind of really shoved it on retail, is the lack
yeah,
of, or the very specified alt season, which I'm lucky
yeah,
enough to have had some exposure to. Not that I can successfully say, okay, this cycle was the gung ho, but then
yeah,
again, I'm still better off than where I was at the start of, or you could say at the end of last cycle in the bear market.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
the whole goal, even with Bitcoin being at its current price. So I think that tells you that having that longer term view, kind of, even if you do fuck it up a bit, like I can quite happily say I fucked it up a bit, buying some of the shit that I bought over the last couple of years, but it's all part and parcel of it. So
I
I
think
don't
this
think
was not
anyone
a
should
cycle
be.
for swinging for the fences. This was a cycle for playing it cool, being a maxi, and not getting out of line. Like 2017 was a cycle for swinging for the fences. Like if you went for the most
And
outlandish
20, would you argue
at
2020 as
21,
well? 2020,
yeah,
yeah.
and 2020, yeah, those two cycles were for the risk takers. This cycle has not been. This cycle's been for the maxis. So fair. I guess it's still 2-1. Still 2-1 to the shitcoiners. Let's see what happens in the next cycle, which will probably be late 26, early 27.
Or rather than saying in the next cycle, I'll just say in the future now, because
Yeah,
I think this cycle thing is like, everyone's got
finished.
so many different concepts of it or what it actually means, that it's kind of just like,
Yeah,
okay, down the road you think XYZ.
yeah,
Like there are going to be swing highs and swing lows. Like every asset class has it. Gold's had it for hundreds of thousands of years.
yeah,
It's just a different asset. Should we
yeah.
get into predictions, or is there anything else you want to discuss? Well, you've got. Do you want to quickly the Epstein stuff on
I don't
potentially
know.
mentioning?
I wanted to ask you about it. I wanted to ask you what you thought about it.
I
Had you
think it's
seen it?
just added news on top of shit price action to push out more retail. But that
Yeah,
sounds a bit bait. But then again, it's just perfect, isn't it? Like if someone's
yeah.
like, "Oh, middle finger to for them not for being nonces," I'm going to sell my Bitcoin. Like at a quick glance, you've probably had some people react to that and instantly sell, without doing their own research. But then again, I mean, I haven't looked into it at all, because I just think it's utter nonsense that he's
I looked
potentially
into it
behind
a
it.
bit. I looked into it a bit,
Did you
and
find anything
it was
interesting?
yes, I did actually.
Go
So
on.
the it does seem like people are blaming that guy for everything now. So it starts raining
Yeah.
outside. They're like, oh, if you look in the files, he told it to rain on February the 12th. So I'm kind of like a bit over it, but I thought, let me just look into it. And it turns out, allegedly, I don't know how accurate these things are or where they get this stuff from, but apparently he started to fund and invest in a lot of crypto stuff very early
I
on.
saw the thing about investing in Coinbase pretty early.
Yeah, Coinbase, and he was paying the Blockstream guys, et cetera, and on and on. And I do think that there's possibly an element of truth to it, because if you're somebody with a bit of money and you're kind of dancing outside of
Yeah,
the
you've got
rules,
more money than an idea of what to do with, haven't you?
and not only that, but you would have come across Bitcoin in those days and you would have
Yeah.
been like, this is useful. You would have seen the use case, you'd have understood the use case, and you'd have been like, right, I can see how this will make money. Because it was the same thing I thought. Like everybody thought at the time. They were like, this will work. So for him to go and invest in it, it's not at all surprising. Um, I don't think he's Satoshi. I don't think he's got any clue who Satoshi is. I don't think he ever gave a damn. And I don't think his involvement is a reason to buy or sell. But I do think it's interesting that it has become somewhat a story. Like,
Yeah.
how
I
much
think
did
it's
he
just
know?
headline
How
grabbing, isn't it? There's not much else going
it's
on other
just,
than the shitty price actions. They're just using that as a
yeah,
story.
yeah. And it's always the same. I was saying this
Yeah.
to a friend of mine. And I was just saying, like, the price will move and then they'll just make up a story. And if there is no story, they might say, oh, the guys on Crypto Waffle, oh, well, they did something and they made the price go down because we've got no one else to blame. And then suddenly we become famous. It's just, there's always something to
Yeah.
excuse the price action. And I don't think
I
this is any
saw
different.
something as well. Again, I don't know if it's true, but apparently he used to use the world. Do you remember World of Warcraft? So back
Yeah,
in
yeah,
like
yeah.
20, I want to say it was like 2012. I saw this X thing. Could be complete crap here, by the way. Apparently, he used to launder some money through the World of Warcraft gold,
Yeah.
which I think is
Yeah.
just mad. But then
But I
again, it
think
doesn't surprise
it's
me.
definitely, yeah, it's definitely possible. Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
why not? Like, as all you need is a liquid market, and then you buy the stuff, and then you sell the stuff. That's the laundry. Like, it's that's just how it works. So
yeah.
could it be true? Yes. Only reason why I would say no is because maybe there wouldn't have been the liquidity in it. But from memory, I think people were really
World of
buying
Warcraft was
and selling that
massive.
stuff.
Still is massive, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
do I think it's possible? Yes. I think sometimes these things sound weird to the outside like world. But I think if
yeah.
you've ever been involved in alternate money, you start to quickly realize that everything is game. Anything that can hold value is game.
Anything that,
Artwork and
yeah.
stuff like that, which are the classic ones, they're a little bit more difficult to move around. But if something is as liquid as digital items, then of course the guy's going to buy them and sell them to move money around. Just makes sense. It does make
Yeah.
sense. Right.
All right, then
Prediction.
let's get into predictions. So, just as an update from last week, our trades were, let me just get them up on my other screen. We had a hype limit long on. Now, when I looked at my hype chart earlier, I don't think our limit long has been triggered. If we
No.
were looking at the, I want to say it's a Binance hype chart, our limit long would have been triggered. But hey ho, we still have a buy order at 30 on hype. Our hood short or limit short from 93 has not been activated, but I have a feeling may get activated this week. So I was going to put it forward that we actually hold that and hold it
We're
for
going to
another
have to hold
week.
everything. We have to hold everything because I'm not at my
Well, yeah, you
desk.
haven't got access. Well,
Right.
it's what it is. And then platinum, we also did a platinum long, and from last week. And now I don't know what our entry was. From what I've got here, 2150. So just above where we are now.
We were up a lot and then we were down when all the metals
And
pulled
now
back,
we're back to break even,
and now
give or
we're back.
take.
Yeah, yeah. We're so back.
Or
Do you know
actually,
what?
we might have been
I
tapped
think
out. You know,
I do have access to our hyperliquid because I've got the yes. It
I
looks like we
think we
were
got
tapped out.
tapped out. The stop loss on
Oh yeah, we did.
platinum.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah,
Damn it! One eight
yeah, we did.
fifty, and the
Yeah,
low
we've
on
got
this chart was
1836.
1.8. Yeah. Oh well, it happens. So are we able to put another one on then, seeing as you've got
Yeah.
access?
We can
Or
do it all because I just realised the wallet that I use is it's my throwaway wallet, so it's literally on every machine I have. So it's on
oh,
this
okay,
machine as well.
perfect. Okay, so well, we're happy. Are you happy to leave the hype one on?
But let's do our predictions first, then we'll do our trades.
Okay. So which assets? Bitcoin, Sol.
ETH, Sol.
Yeah,
Should we
throw
do
ETH back
Sol?
in. Yeah, I'm
We'll do
happy to
ETH
do
and Sol,
Sol.
shall we? Yeah.
Anything else? What else has been catching the headlines?
Me
What's on the
have
movers?
Let me have a
Let's
butcher's.
have a look. What's on the movers? 7 days. Humanity Protocol. Kite. Stable. Official Trump.
No.
Zcash and Monero are down pretty big. And Tau.
Asta?
Yeah, we can do Asta.
What, midnight? I really like this midnight, you know.
This is the Cardano one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it night, the ticker?
That's the one.
See if we can get a decent chart for it. Bybit. CoinX is normally pretty good as well. It's a night. Okay, same
Pulled.
charts pretty much.
Powell's looking.
So, tasty.
Yeah. 161.
Yeah. Bitcoin. So, last week, where was the Monday? Sir, you nailed it. Well done. And beyond.
And beyond,
So,
yeah.
1-0. We then had Solana, which I believe is practically sitting around what you said as well. So
Yeah.
congrats.
I think I said 80.
Yeah. I think you said 80.
Oh, did we
pretty much?
Did we catch hype? Did it go up to us?
No, this was our prediction. Sadly, it did go to our price, but we didn't have anything on, which is annoying. So we should have just done a straight hype long rather than limit long. But it's where it is. Both nicked one there. And then Hood. It literally kissed your area or your prediction.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you that. And then
bounced. Oh,
you'd
gone too bearish.
Yeah, and then we did have Palladium as well. So let me quickly go back to that chart. I was going for those extra points, and unfortunately, none of us got the Palladium. We were just off.
Yeah,
we're off by
that one was tough.
$60 odd.
That one was tough.
So
we was expecting a bit more of a metals recovery.
Yeah,
we didn't get it.
Not too bad. Which we're kind of seeing today, but marginal gains. What do you think for Bitcoin next week then? Currently sitting around 73 or 70.3.
65.
Ooh. 65.
Can I do that? Is that enough of a move?
That's 5k. I'm gonna go the other way, and I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna say we get a retest of around 78.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think if S&P can get itself to new highs this week, we might see a bit of follow through as a bounce.
Yeah.
ETH. For me, I'm looking at the call it 2.6.
I'll say 1.8.
Continuing the bearish bias.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solana.
70.
Oof.
You know what's crazy though? Yeah, do you know what's crazy though? I'm saying all this, but everybody who was gonna sell, it's probably sold.
Well, retail, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although
the people who were gonna sell,
probably a lot of retail yet to be flushed. For whatever reason, my Twitter indicator in my head hasn't been going shit retail panicking. Like I just haven't seen a lot of retail cope or anger, which usually you see.
I feel like we have seen it. Well, I'm seeing it.
And I haven't had any messages. That's another
I've
tell
had,
that it hasn't
yeah, I've
got
had a few.
like bad. You have had a few.
Yeah, I've had a few. Quite
Okay,
a few.
that's quite a signal then.
Yeah,
For Sol, I'm going to go for a bounce back to 100.
I like it. I like it.
And then night. What do we reckon?
This will be
You
my
know
only
what? I'm
bullish
going to
one.
go for a rally to 6. Can I say 6 cents?
6 what?
6 cents.
20%? Yeah, go on, I'll let you have that. I'm gonna go 8 cents.
8 cents.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. 8 cents. That's massive. That's crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Let's go. Let's
So
go.
they're the predictions. We need to do a precious metal. So which metal would we like to do this week?
Silver.
You want to do silver?
Let's do silver.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
And then a stock. So quickly before we choose a stock, can I put it out there that we did actively put on an Uber short, was it, via Polymarket? Basically calling for them to have a weak earnings and a sell-off. And that's what we got.
Yes. That's what we got.
That is what we got. So our Uber thesis from last week was correct, and we were actually looking at that as a short, weren't we? But instead
Yeah.
went with Hood.
Well, we've
Literally
heard,
that
yeah.
Monday, the next day our short would have been printing.
Yeah.
But hey ho.
Well,
Hey ho,
okay,
it's
so what earnings are we expecting this week?
we can have a quick look.
Yeah, let's see, and then we'll pick a stock out of those to short whatever it is we're shorting it.
Earnings calendar. We have anyone big?
No, that's today. Do Wednesday.
Yeah, we went Tuesday. AstraZeneca's pretty big. Coca-Cola, BP,
No. What we
Spotify.
really
Oh,
want is we want
Robinhood.
Hood.
But we've got a limit short on that, so that'll be
We're already
volatile.
that'll
Following
get
that round to
yeah
short.
that'll get whacked on.
Wednesday, you got T-Mobile, Shopify. Who else we got?
No really big
Rollins.
companies there, is there?
There's some big pharma ones.
But I don't think
There's
AstraZeneca are on.
Coinbase.
All right, let's go.
Coinbase's
When's
earnings
that?
will be
Thursday.
battered. Thursday. Do you want to
Well,
have a look at Coinbase?
yeah, but I think Coinbase would have been doing well.
It's been battered.
Yeah.
Look,
I wouldn't mind
battered.
long in that then.
Long in that. And then, I mean, the other one I'm thinking maybe to play a short on is AMD, but it doesn't say. But our next earnings report is in 85 days. They've recently had it. Oh, that was literally the bottom the other day, their earnings, or near it.
All
Yeah,
right,
we
we'll
could
do Coin then. Let's do
Look at
Coinbase.
that. Netflix has been hammered. Jeez.
Yeah, they're finished now. That's done. People are going back to
Netflix?
piracy. Yeah. Everyone's going back to piracy. We've had enough.
Unity?
Wow. Sad to see them drop like that.
Makers of Roblox?
Mm-hmm. No, no.
Reckon this
Does
could be
Unity make Roblox?
Yeah, I think so. They got earnings this week, Wednesday.
Are they on hype though?
You'd have to check. That might be quite an interesting long. Previous earnings have been pretty
Let me
good
see.
as well.
Let's see. They're not on there. What's
They're
their ticker?
U. Just the letter U.
U.
Okay, so should we look at coin, maybe?
Coinbase, yeah. Yeah, Coinbase.
Yeah. Are they on hype?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Coinbase, yeah.
Let's look at that then. See if we want to maybe swap our hood limit short out for coin. Okay, so we've done night silver predictions. What do you think next week?
Well, we've got to do silver first. What are we saying for silver?
Yeah, this is silver we're looking at now.
Can I say 90?
I reckon. Yeah. I was going to say 90, you know.
Was you going to say 92?
I shall. Yeah, I'll join you. Lovely stuff. Coinbase.
Recovery 180.
180. 180.
What are you going with?
Oh, I reckon a bounce as well. Just how high? I mean, if Bitcoin rallies back to 80 odd K, I think you should be looking for I'm going to go 190.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, okay. So, trade-wise, over to you, sir? One that we both agree on. Well, if you don't want to share the screen, if it's easier, just to save connection.
No, it's just moving really slowly.
All right. I mean, if you want to write them down and put them on in your own time.
Okay, there we go.
I think we both agree on the night long. So I think that should be one of our mandatory ones, if you agree.
Yep. Let's do that.
Okay. Happy with that.
Let's make sure that we can first. I don't think we can. I don't think it's on there.
God.
No.
Really? What?
Unless it's on as midnight. No, it's not on here.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah. We have to do silver and Coinbase.
Okay, yeah, we'll do silver and Coinbase instead. Yeah, okay. So silver long, I reckon we play with a tight stop on silver as well.
Okay.
I'm looking at a stop around the $76 mark. Just to give a little bit of wiggle room.
76. Can't get rid of this bloody announcement.
TP 90.
I'll have to do.
That'll do it.
That'll do, Jeff. Oh, hold on. What is this? USDC. Yeah, we have got that. Let's enable trading. Stay connected. Establish connection. Do you know what? This is just moving way too slow. I want to write them down and I'll do them after.
Yeah, do it in your own time.
Yeah, because we're struggling with this machine. Okay, so
we got
we're doing silver.
Yeah,
long.
Market long. Take profit $90.
Call P 90. Stop loss 76.
76. Then for Coinbase again, we're both long. So I reckon we do a take profit between us at 180. Because you're 180, I'm 190, aren't I? So 185.
Yep. Stop loss.
And then I think a stop loss on a fresh low, so call it 145. Let's have a look at what it went to on hype actually. Give me 1 second though. What did the low go to? 141. Okay, so 140.
Okay. 140 on the stop. All right.
Lovely job there.
Given up trying to
And
share.
we're happy to leave both hype and hood on. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to leave those two on.
Right. I shall go over to the mighty Hyperliquid where we have 2 bets to claim. So, as briefly mentioned earlier, Crypto C, well done. You nailed the Sunderland bet again.
Oh, easy money.
Very well for us. Yeah, a nice
Always back the lads.
there.
Yeah.
Up the tune. And then
stop
Uber. And then, as mentioned briefly earlier, Uber to beat earnings, which we did. Let's see if it actually loads. I believe we voted no, didn't we? And we were correct, which resulted in a nice gain of around 213%. So we shall claim our proceeds, which is now asking me for a password for.
We've had a decent week last week then.
We did.
Because that Uber, the market was Polymarket was expecting them to beat. I don't know why.
Don't know, mate. Oh no, don't tell me my password's wrong. Gee whiz, man.
Gee Willikers. Gee Willikers, Batman.
Oh, what is going on, Jeff? You gotta be kidding me. It's right.
Your caps lock on.
No.
Caps lock on.
I had to check 2 keyboards then. Way. Just being an idiot.
Now you're talking.
Right, so we should be claiming our wins. There we go. Claimed our $6. Lovely jubbly. And trending markets. So I have a proposal to put forward. I believe, I'm not sure if March is the right month to be calling it, but I think more rate cuts over. Let's see if they've got actually a market for it. I think more rate cuts need to be priced in effectively. Whereas the consensus at the minute is 2 or 3. I think we could earn some decent money going out further, potentially 4. Because if we were to have a 10% drop in markets, I think that would spur on more cuts.
When does Powell get out?
My thesis together.
Powell goes. Powell does one and then he leaves, doesn't he? Don't he leave? Yeah. So
he leaves in March.
So he does one and then he buggers off. Then we need another 3. Okay. Yeah, I think 4's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should we do? $1.26.
Yeah. Oh, look at that return.
Tasty. Okay, lovely stuff. We've got US to strike Iran. Now, apparently, and I was on here earlier. Oh, I can't remember if I saved the tweet or not. Let's see. Did I bookmark the tweet? There was a guy that was. No, I don't think I did. But apparently there's a fella on Polymarket like buying some ridiculous buys on the US to strike Iran within some sort of time period.
Like he knows.
There's a lot of volume on this. Yeah, like something's up. I mean, this might be quite a good one. Bitcoin hit price in February. By the end of the month, 60% are saying 75k. I think you might be able to earn some money going up to 80.
Yeah.
But then again, because once we get to like 75, you could just take your original back.
I think you also might get some money going down to 60.
Yeah, you could go both ways and then cash out as we go. Should we try it?
$1 on each? $1 on each?
Yeah. Go on. Oh, go on then.
What yeah, all we're really betting on is volatility.
No, I didn't confirm the window. What are we doing? $1 of 80. Yeah. And we want $1 of 60. Yes, please. Okay. 2026 Winter Olympics. Have you been keeping up with that at all?
No, I haven't actually.
Nor have I. That looks like some pretty sure money.
Yeah.
If I've ever seen it. So do you fancy taking a bit of a bigger bet? $4?
No, leave it alone.
What?
Leave it alone. It's too much to lose.
Another US shutdown. The chances have risen massively, 76%.
Gosh.
Well, that's another way as
Claude
well to
5.
play the.
Oh, go back. Let's have a look at that Claude 5 because apparently there's a new model
this one here,
on.
the new Claude 5 release.
There's a new model on. Oh no, it's not the Claude 5 then because people do know what it is. Oh, there's a new model on Open Router, which
look
is.
Look at this one. Keir Starmer out.
No.
Yes. By March,
June
February, June or December. Oh, that's long, isn't it?
Can we get
high, though?
Yeah, can we get a no on that June?
Or do you know what? I actually think a no on the December because if he gets lobbed out by June, then wins as well. No.
Good point. Why is
and
that
the
no
odds
so
are better
cheap?
for the no. Well, because they're 100% sure. Well, they're 73% sure he gets kicked out by December.
He's not going to get kicked out. What's he kicked out for?
Well,
let's have a bit of that note. Yeah, we'll have a bit of that.
I reckon that's a good bet or
yeah,
decent money maker. That.
Yeah, that's easy.
$2. Let's see how that goes. Because he's under a fair bit of heat at the minute, from what I've seen.
Yeah, there's little Mandelson stuff.
Yeah. Where are we? UK Prime Minister in 2026.
We've already said no.
People?
Oh, look, there's quite a clear arbitrage there, isn't there?
Yeah. No. See next that PM in 2026.
Yeah, the last one was 26 cents and this one's 28. So there's a little arbitrage there.
I mean, yeah, I don't need.
If there is, it'll be
David Lammy. I've heard of him, and Rachel Reeves. She's the one that got fucked in.
It'll be the one. It'll be one of the other Labour people. So Rayner, West Streeting.
Yeah.
Ed Miliband.
Nah. Well, we voted no on the other one.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein confirmed to be alive. Do you take $1 on yes?
No.
Oscars, US-Iran meeting. Trump nominated as Fed chair. That's pretty much a certain now.
Unfortunately.
Elon Musk tweets.
That might be worth a wild no.
What, on Kevin Walsh?
Hmm.
The other Kevin Hassett has been. Remember he was
They were
like up
they were
big.
50-50. Yeah, I remember when they
Yeah,
were
look at
50-50
Hassett.
at
He
one
was up
point.
at 84% back in December.
Yeah.
Do you reckon
I
it's
reckon
worth
we
a
go for a
dollar on
little.
though?
Yeah, it's worth it. Because this guy's a
Cheeky
madman. We
buck.
don't know what he'll say. Yeah.
Cheeky buck. And then as always, I think we could do
Footy.
some sport. This seems to be your forte.
What, a
Where
little
is
bit of
it?
football?
Where have I
Soccer.
gone mad?
Soccer.
Oh, is it under soccer? Get out of here with your silly names. Tuesday. Oh, hello. Chelsea leads Tottenham. Tottenham been crap lately.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost
But
at home to United this week.
Newcastle ain't been much better.
That's very true. Everton, Bournemouth. Oh, West Ham have actually been okay. What about a West Ham draw at home to
Yeah.
United?
Go on then.
You agree, or is there anything better that's there? City, Fulham, Villa, Brighton might be quite a good match.
I think Villa could lose that. They've been
Palace.
terrible recently.
Yeah. Forest have been pretty naff.
Yeah.
What about a Wolves win?
Sunderland to beat Liverpool at home. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's a shout, you know.
It's not bad.
Do you reckon we go for the tune as well? Again.
No, I think I like the draw. I think I like for the draw game.
Sunderland Liverpool draw.
No, the first one that we looked at.
What, the West Ham?
Yeah, West Ham Man United, was it?
Yeah.
Actually,
West Ham
no.
United draw, yeah.
Or do we, I don't know. I think Sunderland
Take a
probably
buck on
better,
each.
actually. Okay.
Should we do a buck on each?
Yeah, go on now.
Should we hedge though?
No, let's
So
just do $1 on each.
Okay. Do you know what though? No, the odds are pretty naff. I was going to say over goals 2.5, but what's this guy saying? A Man United win Poly Market Analysis TG official channel. Who is this guy? No money. Who's going to
Spammer.
not even a single dollar to his name? Where's it gone? So you reckon West Ham or is it Sunderland you prefer?
I prefer Sunderland out of the two.
Okay, let's do Sunderland. Sunderland to draw to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Up the tune. Let's see if they do it done again.
You genuinely have to stop calling them the tune. You're going to get us in serious trouble. You're going to get us in massive trouble.
It's become a part of the show now, I'm afraid. What about an Arsenal generational bottle job against Wolves? No. Or Brentford?
No, those teams are not even going to try.
Have we still got our City to win the league one open?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
It's not doing well.
No. Okay. Well, I think that wraps it up for this week. So just to remind everybody, we've got. Oh, I didn't put that one on.
What one?
Idiot. It's the Sunderland.
Yeah, you did. It just, it takes a while to show on there.
Did I put it on?
Yeah, you put it on because I saw the fireworks, the confetti came up. It just sometimes it takes a while to show in your positions.
Well, we had, what was it? Sunderland draw. We had Fed rate cuts, more than priced in currently. What else did we have?
Bitcoin volatility.
Oh yeah, Bitcoin. Oh no, we didn't. Did we have
Yeah,
Bitcoin
up
volatility?
and down.
Oh yeah, Bitcoin
Yeah.
dipping up and down, and then we had Starmer out by December. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in here now. Okay, I like it. I like it.
Easy money.
Lovely stuff. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, again for tuning into Crypto Waffle. Quickly just check for questions. Where is it? X. Nothing on there. And Instagram. Well, I got one on Instagram. What comes first? Bitcoin 50k or Bitcoin 80k?
That's oddly enough what we put our thing on.
Yeah, we said 60, didn't we? Or was it 50?
60. It was 60 or 80. What comes
I think
first?
80. I think 80, everybody gets bullish again, gets dragged back in, people buy, and then we go down to where BlackRock and that came into the markets around that 45, 40, 50k area, retest that area, and then we come back out.
Yeah.
I think that's the play.
Yeah, I would agree. But just for the sake of being the 12th man, I'm going to say 50k first. But we will definitely see both of those this year. We'll see 50 and 80 this year.
Yeah, I think so. All right, then. Well, that wraps up episode 65. Thank you very much, ladies and gents, and we shall see you next week. Adios. Peace. Oh, shit, that's Leave Studio.